is one of the guys that I've trained a lot with in the past 3 years. And I can tell you right now, Mark has enthusiasm for Jiu-Jitsu like you've never seen. Okay, the guy goes through books, he's on YouTube, he goes training, he goes everywhere across the country looking for the best Jiu-Jitsu. Okay, so this guy wants to compete. Okay, it's in his heart to compete, but he wants to be able to compete at a very high level. In order to do that, he needs your support. So first, Mark, I wanted you to kind of go through with the people and give us your background and how you got this desire to train Jiu-Jitsu.
Well, my name is Mark Peltier. I'm 22 years old. I started training Jiu-Jitsu actually when I was still in high school. I was 18 years old. I was halfway through my senior year. I was getting ready to graduate in a few months, and my senior football season had just ended, and I was noticing I was getting out of shape, things of that nature. And I had been a fan of ground fighting and grappling. I've been watching, mixed martial arts or MMA for quite some time. Things like that, and it always really interested me because I always thought, there's a lot more going on, than what I actually understand right now. So then one day I was driving around in my hometown. I'm from Keller, Texas. I noticed a big banner on a wall outside of the school. It said Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu coming soon. I walked up, peeked in the window. There was a couple people rolling on a little bitty mat in a big open area with concrete floors. Went ahead, opened the door, walked in. Said hello, met my, actually, which is my future friend and my good instructor, actually our instructor, Roberto Kaline, and, he invited me out to train, and that night he said, come on out, I've got a gi for you, and, just come and try it out and be my guest until we're ready to open the doors. And so, that night I said, okay, that night, showed up, got on the mat for the first time, immediately fell in love with the sport. Everything is just very technical. It's essentially, the good comparison that people use is a game of chess with your body. I mean, it's very intellectual. It's very much about, little subtle movements that lead on to the next. And so, soon enough, 3 months later, ended up, Roberto finally opened up his doors. So then I finally started, have to pay and things like that to train, which wasn't a big deal. Then I soon ended up, by the end of the summer, I ended up going to college. I went to the University of Texas at Austin, moved to Austin, then I would still come back, train back and forth, started training with different people in Austin, things of that nature, working with the University Jiu-Jitsu club there. I actually started teaching that and helping that out as my semesters went on. And then sure enough, I went through the ranks. I started in April 2007. Got my blue belt there in August before I went to college. Came back June 2009. Summer right before I got started, I got promoted to purple belt. Had a couple setbacks due to injuries. I had surgery, things of that nature. Stuff that always happens. And then eventually, I kept training. And the next summer, Roberto decided that I was ready and promoted me to my brown belt. And then summer, I had to move to Tulsa, Oklahoma to train there with a bunch of guys, that I met, and, ended up making, family there, which is, something that I've noticed in Jiu-Jitsu. Jiu-Jitsu, a lot of people say Jiu-Jitsu is a community, and I actually disagree with that now because from my experiences of traveling around, going to train with different people, and always being welcome wherever you go, always showing enthusiasm, guys willing to help you, Jiu-Jitsu is much more of a family. And that's really, what has enticed me to keep going is, Jiu-Jitsu is my family. People on the mat, people off the mat, you see these guys in the street, you see them wherever, guys across the country, some guys that I haven't even met in person, call me up and will invite me, hey, come out, if you can make it here to Boston, or you can make it out to California, come on out and train, you've got a place to stay, my home is your home, things of that nature. And that's really what I truly love about the sport of Jiu-Jitsu is it's very much a big family. Everybody's welcome, you would go out of your way to help anybody just because of the common tie that you have with Jiu-Jitsu. So that's been my big influence in Jiu-Jitsu. So
case in point, me and you doing this.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So, tell people who are looking at this video what competitions have you done so far?
As far as competing, I have competed a lot. Primarily, I've competed here in the state of Texas. Obviously, like I said, I'm from Keller, which is in North Fort Worth, Dallas-Fort Worth area, and then I went to Austin, I've been to Houston. A lot of smaller competitions. I've competed in a NAGA, North American Grapplers Association tournament. I've competed in the Grapplers Quest here. I've competed in a local tournament chain between here and Colorado that's Fight to Win. I've done a lot of things like that. which, they do get very big. I mean, you got Graphics Quest where you've got, over 1,000 competitors. You got Naga where there's over 1,000 competitors, things like that, overall. So I've done a lot of local things here that I'm able to kind of, go to myself, enter, and I've had some great success with it. I mean, I love to compete, I have that new drive now. It's really kind of built me forward to get going to compete.
Sure.
So
what I got excited about doing this video was that you didn't want to just come on here and say, hey, help me out, or you weren't looking for that big sponsor or something like that. You wanted to be able to provide a service in order to fund your training.
Oh yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Tell people what exactly, we were talking private classes and private attention, things like that. What as you as a martial artist would you be able to provide people that in turn would be able to provide some value for them to help fund your activities?
Well, I've started to offer private lessons now. I do like to offer private lessons to people who are willing to help me out, things like that. That's a really good one-on-one time with, it's like, yes, I can help you train, I can help you find holes in your game, I can help you, maybe perfect that little detail that you're missing on a technique that I might know that you may not. Things like that. I really am here, I really want to help you guys as much with Jiu-Jitsu as I can, whether it be, offering to help teach kids, whether it be offering to help, teach adults, really across the board. I want to give back to this sport that has given me so much so far, and, anything, to help, I'm trying to, raise some funding, raise some sponsorship to help send me to the new international tournaments because I want to compete at the world level. Those things, happen in California and things of that nature. And I really just want to be able to give back to people through Jiu-Jitsu what, it's given me so much. And that's just that self-confidence, that new mindset. Whenever you walk out the door, just the way of looking at life, things like that, helping people, maybe you have a stressful day at work. Maybe you watch kids all day. Maybe you are a kid and you have a lot of energy. Things like that. I want to be able to help in those areas because Jiu-Jitsu hasn't only helped me on the mat. It's helped me more so off the mat than anything. And I think that I can offer to people and that I want to help try to do. I want to help give them the new mindset, the new outlook that I've been given by Jiu-Jitsu.
So, I know you just came back from a trip with, and Mark, by the way, trains with some of the top names in Jiu-Jitsu. If you go to his Facebook, you'll see pictures he's taken with some very high-level guys. He just got back from a trip with training all week with Cabrino. So he knows what he's talking about. Okay, he has a lot of moves. He gets excited about stuff. There's a lot of high-level stuff to show you. So say someone's watching this video. They live in Dallas-Fort Worth area. How do they get a hold of you?
You can contact me very easily via Facebook. You can look up my name, Mark Peltier. I'm always on there. You can also contact me via email. That is probably one of the better ways. My email address is very easy. It's bjjmark95@hotmail.com, or you can simply shoot me a text or call me, 817-312-2757. Very easy, you can contact either, John here, if over here at Impact Jiu-Jitsu. You can contact, the school, Roberto Caline, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Keller. You can reach me in numerous ways. You can go to my website, my blog, which is www.livethebjjlifestyle.wordpress.com, and there's plenty of ways to contact me and get in touch with me there.
So bjjmark95@hotmail.com, and Mark has actually told me the price that he's putting on these privates, okay? And I've actually encouraged him to bring up his price a little bit, okay? But he wants to stay at that price, okay? And I can tell you right now, contact Mark, because as a brown belt, some guy who's been doing it, brown belt is an advanced belt, okay? The attention you're gonna get and the value for your money, what he's charging is, it's gonna be well worth your time, okay? So contact Mark at this, and I'm sure he looks forward to talking to you.
Absolutely, and I just want to say thank you to John. Like you said, we've been training for a long time. We've been good friends. Over here, he started his own thing over here at Impact Jiu-Jitsu. I encourage you, if you're in the Dallas area, you're in the Oak Cliff area, go ahead and come out, step onto the mat and join our lifestyle. Because that's exactly what Jiu-Jitsu is. It's not a sport, it's not a martial art, it's not a hobby. It turns into a lifestyle. So a way that you choose to live your life and you see the world, and it really opens up your eyes to a lot of new things. So I encourage you to come out. John is a phenomenal instructor, and I just want to thank him for helping me out today.
Welcome.
John, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you guys. Take care.